Alright, welcome to this video. In this video I'll try to pick my beefiest of padlock that I own. I got that on local ads for a ridiculous price. This is a retail $200 plus padlock. I got this for really cheap. And I just got through the PDFs and all that and the model. So this is the C-16 model from the C series of Mult Lock. Basically this is the beefiest of the series with a 16mm shackle, which is huge. It has the classic core. This is not an interactive core, but it has a very challenging bitting. I have to admit that this is the most complicated multi-lock that I've picked so far. And I think it has to do with the bitting, honestly. The fact that there are two pins that are literally they're extremely low. So I'm gonna try to pick this guy. I picked it a few times. I think I got part of his number, but it's still I don't feel like it's a super clean pick because I have to basically do some kind of reverse picking technique because I can't get under the pins since they are very low pins. So here we go. We'll see what we're able to do. So number 1, nothing, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. 5 gave me a click. And then 3 gave me a click. And then 4 gave me a little something. Every now and then I release tension on multi-lock because sometimes you will overset the inner pins. And there we go. So now number 1 gave me a pretty good click. And I think all the outers have been picked. So I'm just going to release tension to make sure I don't have any inners that are stuck. I'm going to switch with a thinner pick. Just trying to get... I did not get the big classic multi-lock false set yet. That's what I'm looking for here. And I really feel like it's that number 1 inner pin here. Maybe not. Let me see if there's something else. Nope. Release tension again. Trying to see. It has to be number 1 inner pin. No. Oh, there we go. So now I think I got the deep false set. Now, because some of these pins are really, really low hanging, or maybe it's this shutter. So there's a, I don't know if you can see it well, there's a shutter that's protecting the lock. I don't know if it's this mechanical part that's robbing me of the feedback, but I need to get, you see under pin number 2, it gives me counter rotation, but it kind of jams at some point. I really need to force it through. And that kind of forces me to do like ugly. It's not a clean pick because I basically need to overset it and then drop it down again. There we go. So I've clearly overset it now. I'm gonna release tension, maybe let it go. Oh, okay, it's gonna stay exactly where it is, but I lost the false set. So number 5 gave me, so I probably lost some of these outer pins trying to brute force that number 2 pin. So I'm trying to get the faucet back now. So it's as if I have to pick that lock completely over again a few times, but I'm pretty sure I did get that number 2 pin picked. Okay. So now I think I need to get number 1 in a pin again to get my faucet back. Come on. Okay. See if maybe something else is still hanging in there. All the others seem to be picked good, so just looking for that big faucet again. Oh, there we go. So now I got my big faucet back. But unfortunately that pin number 2 still needs to be picked, so I overdid it the previous time. So now I think I got it set. Hopefully not overset. But it's possible. Trying to get the faucet back here without dropping number 2. I'm gonna have to release tension. Okay, so I got number 1 had to be picked again. Okay, let's see, maybe. Okay, so number 2 is picked now. Let's see what else I got. Okay, I need to get the faucet back. Honestly, I've never had this much trouble picking a multi-lock. Kind of have to pick it 3 times. Kind of. I can't seem to get the faucet back. Oh, there we go. So now I got the faucet. Pin number 2 is still picked. So now I'm at 4. Man, I need to put a lot of pressure. This is not normal. Okay, there we go. I think it is set. I think it might have been overset. I'm trying to release tension here without dropping any of the previous pins I picked. Looking for that faucet again. I need to get back to the faucet before I can do anything else. And for all I know, maybe just getting the faucet is going to get me an open, but I'm not sure. And release tension slightly. I feel like I'm only hanging on 1 pin here. Everything seems pretty solid in there. Man, that should just open right up. it's hanging here. I'll just try to give it a little manual counter rotation. There we go. I'm back to my faucet. I needed to give it manual counter rotation. So now I should be pretty much done with it. I'm not sure what would still be hanging. Probably one inner pin somewhere. There we go. Picked. Wow. Okay. So I'm 10 minutes in, but seriously, I am gonna take it. So you can see that this thing is big, and there's a lot of tension in there. If you look at the pawls on that thing, look at the size of these things, and there's one on each side. So I'm going to gut this thing, and I have to admit, this is going to be something really interesting, because wait till you see how the core is set up in there. So you need to remove these Allen keys on each side. Obviously, this is not going to come out if the shackle is in. Well, actually, the Allen screws are. You can take out the Allen screws even though the lock is closed, but it's not going to slide out. Okay, so I just don't want to mess everything up. I'll be very careful. There's a lot of mechanical parts in there. So there we go. So that's a sleeve. Comes out of there. And then our kitchen table's a mess here. Okay. I'm gonna get this spring out. So this is the little gate that's protecting the core. This part is fixed, so I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to flip it around, get rid of that, because it's going to fall off. And then you got these huge, massive locking pawl. Look at the size of these things. You're never just going to shear these things off, that's for sure. Okay, so here's the interesting part. So the core is right there, but that black thing on top is loose. If I slide it out, everything's going to come apart. So I'm not even sure how I'm going to gut this thing yet. I wonder if I get the key. Where's the key? Okay, I'll be able to slide this thing out, I think. No, okay, so the whole lock comes apart. But look at that. It's not usual. It's okay, now I'm really scared. I'm gonna do something stupid here. Okay. So I'm just gonna go. Okay, here are the key pins, and I'm just gonna go slowly. How am I gonna do this without ruining everything? Okay. I'm gonna go super slow, and okay, we can see. Depends how they're oriented. So one is a standard spool, standard spool, standard, and that's honestly what I felt. So I'm just gonna try to go really slow here and not lose anything. Okay, pretty good. Man, that's a sketchy gutting right here. So that's one. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so far so good. No mess. If I get the key out. If I can get it out, alright. This thing is greasy as hell. I'm gonna clean it up before I get this thing back together. Okay, so not only the bitting was complicated on this lock, I mean lots of security pins in there, so it was a pretty good challenge. Alright, okay, let me just position these things a bit better. So number 1 pin, key pin was standard, number 2. Alright, sorry guys, my camera stopped. I didn't have any more room on my card, but I mean all the guts were there when the video cut, so I'm just going to stitch these two together and that's it. I just wanted to do a really quick wrap up on this amazing lock. So very, very heavy construction, hardened steel everywhere. Just wanted to give you a close-up of the pins. Sorry about the noise. So 2 spools on top, 1 mushroom at number 3 position. So the problem was not with the pins themselves, probably with the bitting. The fact that I had a very low and then a very high, then very low and then very high bitting. That's what probably the bitting was what gave me trouble with this lock, because I picked many multi-locks and that was probably the hardest one I've picked so far. So, and the way the core is set up in there, it makes it quite a challenge to gut without doing a mess there, which I did pretty good anyway. So there you have it, guys. So we got the C-16 multi-lock from the C-Series picked and gutted. Thank you very much, guys.